A layoff goes wrong in two places, and they are both avoidable. The selection, where the criteria get invented after the names are already on the whiteboard, and the file, where 6 months later nobody can show what those criteria were, or why this person and not that one. This workbook fixes the order. It starts on the Criteria and Pools tab, and you fill that in before you look at a single name. 8 weighted criteria come preloaded, totaling 100%. Rename them, reweight them, or set a weight to 0 to drop one entirely. Criteria chosen after you already know who you want to keep are not criteria, and everyone involved will be able to tell. Then you define the comparator pools. A pool is a set of roles that are genuinely interchangeable, and everyone in it gets scored, not just the people you are considering. Each pool carries its own reduction target, set before anyone was rated, so the number is decided before the names are. Now you rate everyone in a pool, 1 to 5, from records rather than memory. The workbook computes a weighted retention score, looks up its band, and ranks each person inside their own pool. Then it marks the lowest ranked rows, up to that pool's target, as selected for reduction and flags the next one in line so you can see how close the cut was. Change a rating, a weight, or a target, and every label recomputes. 2 things it will not let you skip. When 2 people tie at the cut line, the workbook flags it rather than quietly breaking it, because a tie broken on preference is the weakest point in a whole file. And a selected row whose evidence is not marked on file turns red. A score with no source behind it is an opinion with a number on it. The impact review shows who the selection actually lands on, by department, by site, and by length of service, against your overall rate. Groups under 5 people are marked unreadable rather than flagged, because 50% of 2 people is not a pattern. This is your own composition check, not an adverse impact analysis and not a legal conclusion. It is there so you notice a pattern before someone else does. The Cost and Savings tab prices what the reduction costs before it saves anything. Severance on the formula you set, weeks per year of service with a floor and a cap, plus notice pay, unused time off, benefits continuation, and one-time costs, against the annual payroll and employer burden removed. You get the year 1 net and the payback in months, and an honest note on what the model does not price. Then it builds the file, a decision log that fills in each selected person, their score, and their rank. So you write only the rationale, the evidence, and the alternatives you considered. A per-person notification checklist, 11 steps from recording the separation date to telling the remaining team, and an index of the 20 documents a complete reduction file contains, with what each one proves and who owns it. All of it rolls into a dashboard that will not say ready to notify, not while a selected role has no evidence on file, not while the council review is unmarked, not while a document is still outstanding, not while a group is flagged on the composition review, and not while the ranking has selected more roles than the tabs downstream can hold. 5 conditions, each naming exactly what is missing. Clear here is still not legal clearance. Your lawyer decides that, and the whole point of this file is to make their review short. You get an 11-tab workbook that opens in Excel, Google Sheets, and LibreOffice. A 1-click Google Sheets copy with nothing to import. 4 PDF guides on the method and the process. Printable forms including a criteria memo to sign and date, and a worked example you overwrite with your own. You own the file outright. No seats, no per-employee fee, no consulting engagement to renew, and nothing to rebuild if you ever need it again. Nobody wants to use this twice, but the structure is worth having ready before you need it. The Reduction in Force Selection and Documentation Workbook from Ardent Workshop. Links are below. And one last thing, because it matters. This workbook documents a process. It is not legal advice, and every reduction should go past a qualified employment lawyer before anyone is notified.